Okay, this is Epiphany by BTS. I had so much fun putting a piano arrangement together for this song. So there's a couple of sections of this song that I didn't play, but I felt like this was a pretty concise version of what the song has to offer harmonically, so meaning the chords and whatnot. So the beginning starts out on a B flat major, D minor, and C. Now, the key signature that we're inside of has a single flat. So when you see a single flat on your key circle or circle of fifths, you would think F major. And our chorus gets us there, but before then, it really kind of feels like we're in a B flat mixolydian because we never have the F chord in our verse or even in our interlude. It really kind of sounds like B flat as the home chord. So since B flat is the fourth note of the F scale, and we're in the key signature that has a single flat, that means that's B flat mixolydian. But we definitely get back straight into F major for that chorus. There's our big F major. And that leads to a D minor. Then that leads to a B flat major. And then to a C. And then I took a little bit of creative freedom with this section, just to make it a little fancier, but we do have that melody in that section. And again, that little interlude is that B flat major to the D minor to the C major. But yeah, I had so much fun with this one. Again, this is Epiphany by BTS. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this is the Avengers theme song, and this was a lot of fun. So let's get right after it. So this is essentially in G minor until the final section. So the opening, you just have this resonating G, and we have this, what you call a chromatic motion, where it's going in half steps. And then we have this stepping motion that's essentially a B flat major to C, back to G. And you have that little chromatic motion with a G on the bottom happening for quite a while, including when we have the melody come in. And in the actual song, you have the strings still doing like that. Just that motion just keeps going. Then we kind of make our way to a transition section here, and that's where you heard me play. So that's just G minor, C, back to G minor. Then we go up chromatically, just a half step to an A flat, back down. Then we use that same pattern with a chord transition of using C instead, and that leads to an F major, and that finalizes on a D major. And we use that to transition from a G minor section. We were in G minor, and the ending goes into E minor. And the relationship there, this is kind of confusing, but the transition happens on a D major, that chord I just ended on. And D is the dominant chord, or the fifth note from G. And the way it's being utilized in this transition is D major can either transition or resolve to G minor. It can also resolve to G major. And the composer is kind of using this to their advantage because E minor is the relative minor of G major. So we're utilizing this D as a dominant of G major to transition to the relative minor of that. And that transition goes to that E minor directly, and then to the B major. And B major is significant because that's the dominant chord of E. So we're establishing a new key. And then we have our really fun section that goes like this. So that was E minor to C major, and that's where our melody begins. And that leads to an A major. C major, D major, back to E minor. Now, I want to talk about that key a little bit because the fact that there's an A major chord is quite interesting because that changes our key signature from a traditional E minor. Because traditionally E minor has one sharp, but an A major, including that, includes a C sharp. So we're not actually an E minor as an Aeolian scale. We're actually an E Dorian. Because two sharps on a key signature would mean that's D major. So E minor is the second note of that scale, so that makes it an E Dorian. So this is getting even more complicated, which is really interesting. But yeah, this section, you have E minor, C, A major, then C, D, back to E minor. The second time, it goes to C again, and it goes to that A major again. But this time it goes to our dominant chord. And then it repeats that. But yeah, this is a little breakdown of the Avengers theme song.